Hey, hey, hey. Welcome everyone to the newly named Rear Naked Joke Hour podcast. This week we have myself, Ben Forsyth, we have Keena Rocht, and we have Will Flurry, a full team in the house, and we were joined by Paddy, the hooligan Holohan. This made for a really great podcast, a very enjoyable one to record. So we started having a conversation and we didn't want to cut it off and do an intro and all that kind of stuff, so I thought I'd do it now. So yeah, without further ado, enjoy the Rear Naked Joke Hour with Paddy Holohan. I'll figure it out.
So regarding line abuse and stuff like that, no, I don't get too much abuse. But if I stick up like an Ireland flag or something, all of a sudden I'm in the RAR and all. You know what I mean? Like, I knew it. And then I get more fun out of actually watching the people arguing about what the other person said in the comments. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there with the popcorn just watching it. Like,
I've read a few of the things you put up though on Instagram and shit like that. Like, you seem to have a really good knowledge of Irish history.
I have a folklore of Irish history. Yeah, I'm the dictionary of Irish history. Most of my family's from not most of my family, but I spent a lot of time in Northern Ireland, so a lot of my cousins that I grew up with and all would be from Belfast, from Andersonstown.
I didn't know any of that you lived up there and all.
Lanadown, yeah, so I lived in Lanadown, so a place in Lanadown, it's pretty rough. Like, my estate now is pretty posh compared to Lanadown. Okay. So it was
your estate now that you live in now?
Yeah, with that estate living now, it's pretty posh compared to Lanadown in Northern Ireland. So I got to experience a lot of the stuff up there, and then it's like when you're experiencing stuff like that, you ask why, you ask how, you ask how did this all come about, you know. So and then my granddad would have lived around the corner from me in Jobstown when we moved down there. So he was another mad about Irish history, and you need to know your history, you need to know where you're coming from, to know where you're going and stuff like that. And
Irish history,
of course, and a lot of things like my girlfriend Chelsea would be from Liverpool, and I remember the first time I went to meet her mum and things like that. Like a lot of Irish history is miscontracepted, you know what I mean, over there. It's different. They don't get taught Irish history, but now when I brought them over here, I had them in Kilmainham jail say, look what you did. You know what I mean?
It is,
say sorry.
That tour is good for my opener as well.
Real good. They don't, and people don't realise these things. And the thing that gets people, I think, on that tour is that whole Grace situation where it's real human, you know what I mean? Someone getting married and in a prison, in a jail, and then getting taken away 10 minutes later and then getting executed, and hearing the bullets, and like they were crying. I was like, well, but it's Irish history is a credible story, you know what I mean? It's an amazing story.
What age did you move down here at then?
I'd say about 8 years of age. I was in Jobstown then kind of a lot of the time, but then back and forward every summer, every midterm, I spent in Belfast.
You didn't pick up much of the accent anyway.
I picked up a wee bit of an accent, you know, not too much. No James Gallagher or anything.
Do you put on a bit when you go off then, like?
No, I don't. I don't put anything on, man. The only thing I put on is me jocks in the morning, you know what I mean? Everything else is straight authentic. Alright?
I'm noting that one down.
Jocks in the morning.
Yeah, so
I knew I forgot something.
But it's a crazy little place up there. It's a crazy little experience, and a lot of the people that even as I was saying online, if we'd put a picture of like an Ireland flag or a picture of Jerry Adams or just something like a commemorance of something like that, people automatically jump to conclusions and think like, oh, you support this, you support that, and you know, it's not like that. It's a situation of like, you live in a country and you know the story, and it's your heritage. It's whatever side you want.
I forget what it was, but it's something. It was like a commemoration of something. It was a 100-year anniversary or something. And you had both points, like both sides of the argument laid out really well. And it was just like, yeah, that's a very fair point, right? And then the first three comments were like abuse on it. It's just like, did you read any of that shit above? No? Because this is very balanced.
And that's the way, that's what I was getting at with that, was like, I've lived on both sides, so I have a good knowledge of what goes on both sides. I know that there's better nationalists up there, there's better unionists, there's better people down here as well, but like I've lived on both sides, so a lot of people say, well, you wouldn't know because you're from there, and then down here they say, you wouldn't know because you live there, and you never, and it's like, do you know what, I lived on both sides of the coin, and to be honest, I've met dickheads on both sides and on this side as well, so it's just it's just society, isn't it? That
There's a lot of people at the end.
it's getting different. It's getting a lot different up there. Last time I was up there was like I was staying in the city centre and I watched the Gaelic match and it was like, I know before I don't think it was the All-Ireland final at the time, and I'm sitting there with Chelsea watching that. So she's from Liverpool, I'm from Ireland. It's just different, and we're in Belfast watching the All-Ireland final.
Like
thing.
I really like that.
Parts.
Parts obviously.
Of course, parts of it. Then there was times where I was like, I don't know if you're alright up there. I don't know if I'm alright there, you know. But it's a great little situation that it's in now. I think it's a little bit more calmer, especially when I was a kid. It was mental. It was like, you know what I mean, balls of flame getting hurled through the air and bricks and patios taken up.
A few times as a kid, like, and it was fucking just the atmosphere was there. So how you walk around, like, it's grand, like, whereas.
That was a really interesting segue. Like, I was up there delivering
past of antiquing. Just glaze over that. That's
What did you missed that bit? What were you doing up there?
You know, man was an antique dealer, so I used to have
Really? An antique dealer?
Yeah, like a traveller basically.
I knew you were going to say that. And he met like him.
I knew you were going to say that.
So, how did this
Sold
work
gates
out?
and the like.
How did this work out? Antiques?
Yeah, he got into it when he was fucking, like, the mother was into it, and then he just fucking took over her business basically.
Did you make money?
Yeah, he did alright, like, yeah. And now he fucking lives out foreign and he just delivers antiques around the gaff and shit. So
That's where that you're man, man.
yeah.
It's Indiana Jones.
The bitter old cunt.
But hey, I'm not saying that. Yeah, that was alright to me.
He came in after I got fucking head kicked. He was like, what did he say?
Straight away. I can't remember who said it.
I was like, you fucked it after that first round. And I was just like, cheers. Thanks,
you were shite after that.
I'd say he's a fucker for bringing up the past, is he?
What?
I'd say he's a fucker for bringing up the past.
He basically came in to see if you were alive. And he literally came in, said, yeah, sure they are now. Like, yeah, you're alright, so well, turn around to your man, I was like, I'm heading anyway, I'll see you later. It's fucking gas.
I didn't get to see that yet, by the way.
Right.
No.
He kicked me in the head.
The whole thing went really weird.
I tried to headbutt his shin there at one stage.
Supposed to be an MMA fight, your man failed his eye test. Then he's, on the day before the fight, some K1 champion guy, whatever, he took the fight.
Yeah, but I knew what it, like...
I know you knew you were getting.
You can make all those fucking excuses.
I'll just explain the situation.
But that is,
up tactically.
and that's what we'd be saying. A lot of people who said to me, like, actually, a guy actually said to me last night, can you, like, if my son comes here, like, he's a black belt in this, he's a black belt in that, like, can he get, like, some stand-up fights? Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, MMA, but against stand-up opponents. And I'm like, that makes no sense, because the week of it, he might get this guy that has never thrown a jab, but he's a national champion wrestler, you know? So, you don't know which way it's ever going to go, and it's like, you just, what you did there, just taking that fight, you just got it over it. I remember my first ever loss in Canada, that was what happened to me. In the week, a guy went from being this guy that I knew a lot about to a guy that I knew nothing about, that nobody knew nothing about, in his hometown.
Who was that then?
Chris Kalaitis.
Oh yeah.
Now, he was a tough guy. He wasn't, to be honest, he wasn't technically a master or anything like that, and there was a few times I could have caught him, but I just think it threw me off a little bit that I was winning and then I wasn't winning at times, and I'm like, I should be winning more. You know what I mean? Sometimes you put pressure on yourself where you really didn't realise that it's a fight.
Yeah.
It's going to go back and forth, one way or another. Your heart rate's going to be up, you're going to get tired, you're going to be standing there saying to yourself, and that's the way it works, but you just got to shut all that out and just go for it, go straight to it. Doesn't matter.
I think that attitude, like, fuck it, gonna have to get involved in something anyway. That's the attitude you need for anything to fucking happen in the first place. Like, because I've been waiting long enough to get fucking fight.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you can make all those excuses, like, I just K1 guy or whatever. But basically, it's a fucking fight at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I let that lad beat me in a fight. Fair enough, fair play to him. I'll come back.
Did you let him win?
Sorry?
Did you let him win?
Yeah. that's what all
Was he trying?
Chop there now.
Was he trying to win?
Nah, maybe a bit.
He had his elbows and pigs on it, he did. You know what I mean? I'll take a dive in the second, I will.
Yeah. Just
put
chop
that old
there
Celtic brooch on it, we will. You know what I mean?
I'll let the old hand down.
I was wondering why your dad came in with a pimp stick.
You said the first.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
The fuck are you doing?
You can't even count rounds, son.
Remember numbers? No. That was the first thing we went over.
Yeah. That was well, what I've been trying to say to you is just, you need it. Like, I know it's hard to fucking hear.
Oh yeah, but like
you need losing.
I think it all depends on how your ego takes it, and obviously it's a fucking blow to your ego, and you do feel a bit like, God, all this shit that I thought about myself might not be true. But at the same time, if my attitude is, well, I'm just going to get back in there and do it again, and you see people like Neil Seary lost their first 4 fights, kept going, now he's an unbelievable fighter.
Yeah.
I don't think this, like, my attitude is I want to get back in as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, and it's more, I've been frustrated with this, like, I don't know how long the layoff period is. I don't know what the crack is. I can't seem to get anything else lined up. Same shit I've gone over for the last 6 months. So it's been very frustrating in that way. But the actual loss, it's balls, but fuck it, I'll be back in the wagon.
Yeah, and it's not it doesn't really contribute to your career as in
record-wise.
I know
still the MMA is grand, like the record's fine. But I don't give a fuck about the record, to be honest. It's more, I want to get in and scrap with people who are good and test myself.
Yeah.
So I'm still up for that if anyone's listening. Any fucking Irish middleweight throwing the care, any cunts around.
And you boys tossing hay down there if you want to come out of that field and take me on.
It's fucking true. As in, like, I'm going to have to start making some touchy fallout videos. Like,
so
where are all these lads? Like,
someone actually sent me a video the other day. I was at a show in England and it was in Bolton and I was getting a lift. It was like Jay Furness was getting a lift off, and I said to him about I was talking about hurling. Like, the guys didn't realise that they don't get paid for hurling. And then someone had sent him a video of this guy getting like a hurl snapped off his face. And I mean, no face guard or anything like that.
This is when I had no face
guard.
He
didn't flinch, like he did not flinch. He didn't. Like, he just looked at the guy like he skipped him in the queue or something. That's what he did, you know. Yeah. And they tagged me and he said, listen. And the guy said, these boys, Paddy was telling me about this last week. These boys sell out 80,000 seat arenas and stuff like that, and they don't even get like paid for it. Yeah. And I was like, I'm saying to them, like, you want to see what happens when these guys show up in your beginners class? It's always interesting, you know.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that, no?
Not really.
Kieran McGee,
he's
one of them. But like,
I only saw him at the.
I had a guy turn up on a Friday evening. Now I have because the guys are starting to come up and people, you know, people are more competitive than the others, so we couldn't separate them into a Friday evening class. So it's 8 o'clock on a Friday evening. If you can make that, well, then that shows me that you're gonna do something because. You're dedicating your Friday to training, and that's why I put it in that time. Some people do it at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I'd have to be coming home somewhere to make 6 o'clock in the morning. So, on the Friday, this guy turned up and he thought it was the beginners class, and I seen him wearing the car shorts on. I was like, well, he's alright, he's gonna be good to go. I leave him in, right? And I'm like, listen, this is a little bit advanced. And he's like, it's grand, no problem. So seeing the car shorts, and was I right? This guy had people over his head. I was like, where'd you learn how to do that? Well, just made her up, you know. Just grab him, lift him. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a good way to take him down, isn't it? I'm like,
rugby guys are fine.
That's a great way to take him down. Lift him and just throw him on the ground, like you. You know what I mean?
People might overcomplicate it. They're like, how do I do this? And then use it just like, douche.
On
his head, like
the patients on my back and my neck. You know what I mean? They're used to getting tripped and placed down. Now they're catching air miles, you know.
You're like nicely placed for the trip.
I think that's a big thing about Ireland and MMA, which is different because we have sports that are like upper body, but it's very like lower body. Then with Gaelic football and soccer and football in school. But then you have hurling that are just these crazy. That's not man enough for me. You know what I mean? And these guys are now going to start crossing over into MMA and.
Because it's so,
and the technical guys as well, because to play hurling you have to be like it's one of the most skilled ball.
Your reactions will have to be amazing as well.
The skills.
I fucking don't know how you can do it. Like
it's incredible.
Fucking big lump of ash coming towards your hand. You're catching this sliotar coming at you. Your hand gets way more used to it. Like I used to play a lot as a kid, and like it keeps slapping for the first few, and then you get way more used to like curving your hand into muscle memory.
It's actually a guy, you know, Dutch O'Callaghan, that plays for Dublin. He played for the All Stars and also he's up front. He's a serious hurling player, right? I done a course with him. I done all my fitness levels and my coaching search with him at the same time. Absolute gem of a guy he is. And we were out playing like rounders one day, right, on the thing. And I'm not messing. This guy connected with this ball and it was going straight for Dotsy's face. He was the one at the throwing the ball, and I've never seen it from his hands like a cowboy. Out of the air, like a fly. I was nearly sure he was dead, to be honest, like, because this ball was just thundering. You could hear the crack of it, and he just from his hands, from the waist.
Like John Wayne.
And he was telling me like something you were saying, like as in catching it and a slap shit. He was saying like if you kind of like you redirect the ball in a way, like, and then you're actually behind it. So when you catch it,
Yeah.
you're behind it.
And did he have it? He
Yeah,
caught it like
oh, he caught it.
didn't just slap it out of the way.
This thing was like Mr. Miyagi in the fly with a sliotar.
Yeah.
This was
Because
incredible.
we were taught to like get behind it and just curl the hand in. So like if it's coming at you, just have the hand.
Do it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that happened to me a load. Like I took a load in the face.
Right in front of your face.
Like, so someone like hikes one up high and you're waiting for it to come down and you have it like there and you might just miss it by a half an hour and like hit your hand and then hit your face like
A bit of sunlight. Black eye.
It makes more sense to move
Yeah,
around.
to get out of the way,
the worst
snap
is when
it.
you have your hand up there and some cunt just pulls across it and your fingers are battered like
Oh, stop, yeah, it's rough. It
I
broke
can't even go in
fingers.
the cage with no gloves on because of the rubbing off the cage. Like, I'm doing that. Like,
far too sensitive
Yes.
now. After the big tough fighters, far too
yeah,
sensitive.
far too.
Yeah.
That cage hurts.
It
Fucking hurts.
Yeah.
does hurt.
People think it's all like real soft or something. As soon as you go in there, top off.
Hands especially though. 'Cause the
Hands
back of your hand is a load
Back
of
of
fucking
hand, 'cause
nerves.
you don't do anything with your back of hand. It's not like you sit there going like this all day. Like, so when you rub it off the cage,
It's I'm not into that either. Yeah.
it's
I'm not into that.
rotten,
I caught one me bit me baby finger in the cage and it just like mangled itself like kind of like that.
Yeah.
And you're always your freak reaction is to put it back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like with baby toes and all like that as well. So me toe.
Yeah, I did 3 toes there.
Jiu-jitsu
last
feet,
day.
isn't it? It's
Even
absolutely.
there today with that, I thought it was out.
Yeah,
I wasn't
he
it?
teach your man his toes.
Yeah,
Toes,
3 of the
oh,
toes.
yeah.
It was like 2 of them were, those 2 crossed over. They're like middle, say those 2. And then that one went that way. But that one wasn't too bad that way. It was these 2 went like right the way over the baby toe.
You
So,
have
like,
what's
the
called
ring-
you have what's called summer toes. Some are
Oh.
that way and some are that way.
I was shy then.
How dare you?
Mangled feet.
How dare you insult my ears?
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
No.
Start a page, cringejokes.com.
I will.
Shit.
Yeah.
That
You're
was
gonna have
terrible.
Gonna have it.
Come on, Paddy.
I'm gonna have a joke of the week. I'm gonna call it the rear naked joke.
Wow.
Ben is now.
I'm out here, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
You're now bad.
He's pretty much this cringy every week as well.
yeah, but that's my role in it.
Um,
So what's your like day to day like now since you're finished up and
I'm actually really busy now. There's a lot of we're getting nominated for awards and all now, boys. It's crazy.
yeah.
I got nominated for the Youth Award, and then I got nominated for the Pride of Jobstown Award.
Deadly.
To me, that's worth more than that.
Did
You know what I
invent
mean?
that award?
Fuck them Grammys. Fuck Pride of Jobstown is what you want.
But
He's
that's
dropping
your
his
area.
album
like,
next
that-
Of course,
your
yeah,
area.
that is a huge thing to me, and as always, and you know what the mad thing is, it kind of annoys some people that I would talk about my area or where I'm from. They, like I get people that say to me like, "Do you ever just like give it a break?" And I'm like, people ask me where I'm from, and what should I say? Rathfarnham or should I make it up?
Make it up.
like,
I have to tell them where I'm from, and then say, "And how does that make you feel, Paddy?" I'm like, "Good." And
Yeah.
it goes. It's the way it goes on,
if
but
you're
it's
doing
there.
that worthwhile, or you're doing anything at all, somebody's going to find a reason to be offended.
Of course,
You know?
of course.
Fuck 'em.
But they never knocked out their house and be offended. That's one thing. They never knock at your door and say, "I was going to write this comment, but then I said I'd come down to you."
Yeah.
I'm offended. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Maybe tomorrow's going to be like, I'm gonna knock down to his door tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll get a few people knocking at your door tomorrow.
Yeah,
Best of luck to them.
it's
Good luck. Yeah, enjoy.
life is good now. Life is good now. I've so we're running the gym here and I'm busy, but that's like only kind of one aspect. I'm trying to organise this little thing, like an anti-bullying campaign.
Deadly.
So it's like I think I'm going to try introducing to schools. So I'm going to go back into my own anti-bullying. Now here's the master plan. Here's the master plan. I'm going to create bullies and anti-bullies. It'd be like having a tyre factory and slashing tyres. You know what I mean? No, in all seriousness.
You just giving Goodyear the best plan ever.
Yeah.
That used to happen. That used to happen.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know how your way, but it happened out this way, Ken. No, but so I've a few things within the gym, like the youth program here I've been looking after on my own with Dean Donnelly. So it's kind of me and him have been building it. Me and Dean started together, so it's great to be able to do something with one of my mates like that. And we're out. I think we have like 90 like between teens from 7 to 18 years of age in here. Then I have people that are just like beginners, just people that are at the coming out. I have a guy that moved over from Scotland to train under me. He comes up at a reception one day and he's like, I'm like, alright, how's it going? He's like, I'm looking to do some training. Like, I moved over. And I'm like, alright, like, did you get a job or something? No. I'm like, what'd you move over for? I moved over for this. I'm like, what do you mean? To train under you, Paddy. I'm like, but the other gym's down the road as well. Like, have you got some experience? No experience. I heard you were opening the gym and I came over to train under you.
Deadly.
And he'd done nothing before, like?
None. Now he was 23 stone or something like that, and I think he's down to like 15 stone or something now. He's looking to compete, he's looking to go on to that Winter Warrior and stuff like that. He actually got student of the month here as well, he's here all the time. He's it's things like that I love to see. They're the best banter you get out of them guys. Guys that are just mental, you know what I mean? But in a way that they don't want everyone else to see that mental. They just do their own thing. They wake up one day and say, I'm gonna fucking move to Ireland and I'm gonna join a martial arts club and I'm gonna fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then like another girl, like say Helen, that came over here as well. Like,
Helen.
She just moved over from Scotland and she said, I just want to do whatever I want to do.
She was
and
friendly a bit beforehand though,
and then she done a little bit before, but like, to make that
move, it's a big move.
To make that move to fight is huge. To make that move to for the job because you get an offer is like one thing.
Yeah.
But like you have to see them little things.
They're probably coming from a job going to no job, like probably the opposite. Like.
Definitely. And then there's another little Spanish kid is like over on he's like a 57 kilo like Spanish wrestling champion or something like this, and he just wants to kill me all the time. It's great, it is, you know what I mean? He's like, you want the roll, Paddy? Right? I mean, alright, I call him Spain, right? So when you come over and you're part of this club, you just get a country name. So Scotland, we call him Scotland. His name's David, but I call him Scotland. Spain, I call him Spain. Right? So you're now Spain 1, Spain 2, and then new one.
We have a number system, okay?
It's a great like situation. You meet so many different people, and it's like it's a different kind of interaction than when you were fighting. When I was fighting, I was always trying to compete with people. I was always like, even within the team, I had my own team, and I didn't mind losing between them, and that was alright. But then anyone comes in, you know what I mean? It's it's an unwritten rule that you're kind of fighting in a way. But now I can come in and I can kind of mess around and I can roll with people and enjoy it, you know what I mean? And then jiu-jitsu of being kind of flat out to jiu-jitsu now at the moment, and it's great to get back at it. It really is. Like, no, not that I was left it, but now I'm more like, I'm looking at like X-guard again, looking at like spider guard and stuff like that. When you're doing MMA, it's like it's just so many plates to juggle that it's very hard to look at that stuff, you know what I mean? And then with Dylan Danners came over for Connor's camp and stuff like that, I was able to pick his brain and always pick John's brain, you know. So like it's great to get back and learn some of that stuff, and even the guys that I've kind of helped up in a way, like where they were came in and I was already kind of fighting and stuff like that, like Richie Smullen and stuff like that, like Richie. Now I learned so much of Richie Smullen now. It's incredible. His leg lock game and stuff like that. Well, you have to have that approach, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have the approach that like, well, I was here before you, so that means you can't teach me yet. If you take the approach where you're always open, it's your day one. I think
that's
Biggie that says it, isn't it?
Doing some legit rolling, like as in like, let's go balls to the wall and roll and see who gets what. And then it's like, okay, fuck it, you got me with this, you got me with that. I have to learn that shit. Like, show me that. Like,
what happens when we go onto the jiu-jitsu mat in like, we get milled out of it by people who are probably here half the time that I've been, but it's just because I'm doing MMA out of jiu-jitsu. I love it. It's just best thing ever. Right? It's just because I'm shit.
You love getting milled out of a bit.
Just getting milled out of it.
Sexual way.
Why is it always torn dirty in this? Every time we talk,
No, it's
podcast yet.
No, but I totally know what you mean. It is, and you have to be able to be open to that. Like, you have to be able to open. If you don't expand and have to risk getting tapped out.
Kind of doing MMA for a while. There's a natural thing of like, you build an ego a bit around yourself, and you kind of have this thing of like, oh well, fuck.
Yeah, almost.
I reckon I can beat this guy.
That's why it's nice to go in and just.
But you naturally protect yourself from some of that shit. And I think the best way to progress is just to fucking not. Just be like, that cunt milled me last time. Come here. Like, let's do 5 rounds.
Like, roll with Lee Ham.
You know?
And
you fucking learn like
after it.
Yeah, that was me.
You know what I mean?
Day one we came in with that approach, and I feel like that's something that you still held on to. The approach of like, every day I'm a beginner. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a student every day. Like, I've never really dodged. No, never dodged anybody that we wouldn't have like. Well, he. Maybe if you're tired, you say, do you know what? Me and him just fucking kill each other, right? So maybe now I'm just not going to do that round now. But then you would come in and he'd be like, that's the round I'm looking for, you know?
It's
different mentalities.
Me and Charlie, sometimes I can walk in and I just point and I'm just like, me and you, let's go. And sometimes I just hide from him. Honestly,
he brings his blankets to training and just
I came in today like, oh Charlie, you're leaving, eh? Oh, sorry, Charlie, I'll get you next time. See Claudio lying in the cage in bits. How was that? Claudio.
Mowed over. Beautiful. Yeah. But It's definitely it's an approach in this game.
Did he get matched?
Maybe seen the way.
Charlie got his opponent, yeah.
Right, nice.
Yeah, guys.
So he's a week out now.
He's a week out now. He's
He's
some guys 6-0. It's just Charlie. Some guys 6-0. This one. This won't be able to laugh at that, so it's all good. He says 6-0 and he's knocked out every opponent. The guy who's Charlie's fighting. I forget his name now.
Jeez, he better bring 3 hands if he wants to knock Charlie out.
Yeah.
But Charlie said,
like a fucking elephant.
I remember I was going to John. I think John got stuck in a country or something like that, and I was helping John on a show up the north, and there was like 6 fights on it, and John got stuck. I think it was Bulgaria, Belgium, or something like that, right? And he told me, like, listen, you're gonna have to do them corners. And Charlie was one of the corners. Kieran Davin was up there. Was that what it was? You were there. You were there that time,
yeah. Didn't he?
So yeah. I was like,
when everyone.
I think that was the first time probably a few times in warmed up, but I was like Mickey in his corner. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, go get him, champ.
Yeah, you're a wrecking ball.
Right.
Oh, was that Kyle McCurkin or was that it might have been Peter Bracken that night?
Right.
I think that was Peter Bracken.
Because I was hoping to get matched with Kyle McClurkin for Bama.
Oh yeah.
He signed with somebody else.
Yeah, he went and signed with Celtic Gladiator.
But like, I remember that's the only fight my dad, anyone from my family has ever come to, right? You were in the corner, the only 2 people I could hear in the whole thing. There's everyone's there for fucking Bracken, right? And I could hear nothing, you know what I mean, throughout the whole thing. And I kind of hold him against the fence. It was a bit shit, like, it wasn't great, like, but I kind of hold him against the fence, hitting him with knees, blah blah blah, whatever. And then the one time sort of back off, and he clips me with 1 punch, and all I can hear is my dad in the back. It's the only time I've ever heard him at a fight. Oh Jesus! It just rings around the hall like, Joe, the only time. Oh Jesus! I'm like, oh crap! He couldn't have when he scored a point for that.
Yeah, he just got you a point.
Yeah.
But it goes to show like that. Like even Charlie's been going since then. Where some people think like, oh well, like he's 3-0 and he has got this chance in the UFC. Like, but he's been around for a long time, especially around 18.
I was matched to fight Charlie about 8 years ago.
Jeez,
on Cage Contender. I didn't fight him. I know, yeah, but I was training with Dara in East Coast, and I was doing Muay Thai with Warriors, and then I was going on to my second. Like, it was back in the day when there was no pro, and it was real weird. Like, John Fergus was like, "Here, do you want a pro fight against Charlie Ward from SVG?" I'm like, "Yeah, no bother." So it's Cage Contender, and Dara comes into me the next day. He's like, "Ben, don't take that fight." He was like, "Charlie, you do not want that fight," and I was like, "All right, so never mind." It would have been about 8 years ago, yeah.
He was saying he was training over London Tube for a while as well.
He did.
He knows Alexis and the lads anyway.
Does he? Oh, Charlie's he's very, very good. Yeah, he's 3-1 and has 1 losses to John Phillips. Like,
John Phillips,
you know what I mean? Like,
Just fucking
someone who
dynamite.
just had like 70 in KOs or something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
big chloroform on his gloves. He does not.
He fucking does.
He hits somebody and it's like,
Can't wait for that. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Snoring it is. But he's dying to see Charlie getting a go with that as well. It's good to see Artem as well getting a fight back in Dublin. Sorry, back on the island of Ireland, because it's been a while since he's fought in Ireland, hasn't he?
Yeah, it has been. He looked great there. He was doing pads with Wojciech there.
No, he's good. He's great. Like that, even Richie was saying he's sparring him. He looks in there.
He looks
I've seen him
serious.
sparring the last day and he
Serious.
just looks so sharp. Like,
Yeah, but this is the time. This is the time to do it. And before the UFC or anything like that. To be honest, like in a bad way, it doesn't really mean that.
No.
You know what I mean? When you're in there, when your day comes, when that door closes, you have to be able to look into your bank and realise, right, am I capable of setting something else up when it goes forward? Have I got qualifications? Am I, like, because after you make it to the UFC, I don't think it's too plausible to just go down the road and get a job and go back to, you know what I mean, kicking in what you wear. I think you've got to go down the road of where what you want to do, be happy, branching off. You know what I mean? I think, and that's really important. So I think for Artem and stuff like that, getting in, and for Charlie as well, to get in and make as much money as they can in there, and then
that spotlight, doesn't it? You know, everyone knows who you are to some degree.
You need that.
Charlie be a star. That show now. He's in Ireland with whatever.
I thought it was
sold
a
out arena.
fighter originally, and that'd be fucking amazing.
Well, apparently they're doing away with that show now.
Charlie, I'd love to fight her.
The new owners apparently do away with it. But that thing was just
taking away some of the funding or something like that. None of them. That's an awful experience. Like, now I didn't even make it into the house. I didn't make it into the house, but even the experience coming up to it, I was thinking broken before that, like, because it's like
gotta be tough.
They see the hotel situation where you have to stay in the hotel before you do things like 3 days just in a hotel room making weight. Do you get what I mean? On your own.
When you're doing the trial.
When you're going to fight. So what you do is you fly over,
right,
and they put you up in a hotel room, so you stay there in the hotel room, and you're not allowed out of the hotel room for 3 days. So like you get brought off to make weight, you get brought off to do your interview, then you get brought off to the fight. Do you know what I mean? You don't find out who you're fighting until the day before, and it's just a weird situation. You know what I mean? You're on your own. Like you don't have contact. You can't like ring home. You can't like use the internet. You know like that, and you're sitting there watching like these solicitors on telly how they if you had a case that you can get
because you're in America,
you're in America, all these bad
mental lads, aren't they?
mental lads, and you're sitting there, and it's like torture in a way. I thought that was the worst part of it now. But like I think if I had gone into the house on that season, like I would have went mental. I would have went to jail. I would have went mental.
Just a call, and Chris said it was just they'd never do it again.
Never.
It's just so mentally.
And the thing is, even what you get out of it is not what you think. Like if you were going in and you came out like we were able to afford to buy a house out straight cash, or you were able to.
Be worth it, or
yeah, but like, and a lot of people misconcept like that, and even the guys coming up and all. It's very hard to make money in this game. Well, colour is changing now, which is a good thing. You know what I mean about people and.
You got Bellator and stuff coming up and open markets and all this kind of stuff. They're changing.
But I think it's an important key that they don't make you a millionaire straight away, because then you don't need them.
You gotta stay hungry,
yeah. You know what I mean? It's
I suppose it opens up avenues though. Do you know what I mean? As in like, you have a fucking platform that you can promote yourself from a bit, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you're saying doing the Ultimate Fighter gives you a platform?
Yeah, it does. But like, think about it. Many people do you know of the Ultimate Fighter that had a platform that made something of themselves?
There's a few like.
It helped
Artem. A few out of them. Artem, but I think the biggest platform like Artem would have is that like everyone knows in Europe that he will fight any man in the world. Yeah. He doesn't back down. I think that's huge. And then the platform of where like he's been helping Conor get to where he is for a long time as well, and he's been a huge part of that. So I think that's more of a platform than off the Ultimate Fighter with Artem. But Artem should have got much more praise to me for. He sparked to if he had done that on a show like in Belfast or like in Dublin or something like that.
After he didn't get brought back in.
That's
then he
rocket propellant. You know what I mean? Like so, the first fight you got was not easy. They weren't easy fights in there. So you're taking some hard fights in there.
He was very good as well. He was very unorthodox guy.
And then he just got an awkward final like with Ryan. Like it's just a
Ryan's a technician. You know what I mean? And it's like.
It's a worst matchup for
being a jiu-jitsu guy. Watching him is like every time I watch something that he does, I learn from it. You know what I mean? He said he's incredible. He is, and he's kind of a mindset as well. He's not like a jiu-jitsu guy that's a little bit kind of timid or not like that. He's straight away. He knows what he wants. He's confident, and he's very articulate in the way he goes about. You know what I mean? He's not. I'm just going to use my game. You're not going to be able to stop it, and that's it. Well, if someone says that, do you think it'd be a little bit of it?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Is he? You know what I mean? It's I think that's the way it is, and it can be. It's like a version of mind games, isn't it?
Yeah, just that ultimate confidence. Not even by calling it anything or saying anything, but just saying this is what I'm gonna do, and that's it.
And he leg locks and things like that. That game is like you're going to get a broken leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're going to get a broken leg.
That's what scares me.
Does it?
Yeah, like when I think about like going up a good, do you know? I think that because I don't understand it as much as I would understand other parts of it. So I'm just
know where your knee is safe and where it's not safe, and know where you can smash that cunt with elbows and shit. I fought a good leg lock guy before I have that guy Artem Stenkov. Like, and I remember driving to that fight and I was in the basketball arena thinking like if I lose tonight, I definitely have a broken leg. I remember
that makes
and
it makes sense. Like going against Mullen, you're like, if I lose, I'm probably.
Well, with Mullen, this is what I was just about to say. I was throwing her up in the air there. The guy that I was fighting was kind of like a knee bar specialist, so your leg will pop out and pop back in, probably. You know what I mean? But with a heel hook, they are horrific. But a heel hook is a whole different situation. It depends on which one you're in. And the thing is, if you've been delving into that like world of leg locks and foot locks. You think the people say this is a good one, but see this one here, you'll never walk again. You know what I mean? And it's like
that heel hook is
that inverted heel hook, like you know, your leg is coming off because it's your MCL and your LCL and your ACL. Everything's getting cleared out. You know what I mean?
So fucking like he was over training on the tube for a while, and he was like, "Look, you tear that heel hook." He was like, "You rotate that." He's like, "You're tearing all the ligaments." He was like, "The guy might not feel too much, so if he's a tough guy, he might not tap." He was like. If you knee bar that guy properly and you get that knee to come out through, it's like his leg is going to be fully inverted, so he's going to tap regardless.
No, I know there's places to get. I know there is ways to to get the position and extend it, especially when it's behind you and the guy can't turn something like that. Now there are times, but like it's actually very hard, especially if you go belly down on the mat with the leg. It's very hard to kind of break the leg in a way.
He had like
behind,
that's a different kind of way.
But I actually it was only afterwards. It was only like a month after he left that I went and looked at all his fights. He's actually popped guys' knees back like twice or 3 times now. The fella he fought for like the number 1 contender spot for the Bellator title, he just ripped his knee apart, and apparently man hasn't like fully been able to get back training since. Like,
and that is the danger with them guys, you know what I mean? And that's so it kind of brings a little fear in itself. Like you're not thinking about the kick in the head or they put the hands and. It's
not like you're back training in 2 weeks or a month or whatever.
No, it's a huge part of the game nowadays.
Did you watch the Phil Harris and Tonin match? No, I think it's
Metamoris, was it? Or Polaris, one
of those. And like you're kind of thinking, Phil Harris got fucking thrown out of the UFC, thrown out of Bellator for ripping legs apart. And Gary Tonin just jumped straight into him, like,
But he said that's what he wanted to do.
Oh yeah, it looked like madness, like.
If you actually look at what's his name?
Rusmir.
Palaris, Rusmir. Palaris. If you look at his game, he's actually not that mad technical with them, like, you know what I mean? And especially, and it's great to watch when you watch that Tonin fight. That Tonin, he has all the angles right, the position of his hips, the grip, the distance between him and his opponent, where like Harris is kind of just looking for your leg to pop her up like a chicken bone, you know what I mean? I think if somebody knows where their feet need to be at certain times, that's a huge advantage in that game, and he can expose somebody like that. Not to say that Pat Harris hasn't got the leg lock game, but I think when you look at Alan Belcher versus him, he went straight into his game as well, and he took that all apart. And if you look at all the stuff that he was doing, it was like wrist control. When you can't wrist control the head. When you can't control the head, control your foot. When you can't control the foot, be looking for your opposite foot in the arm, so you can't get that around on the heel. Anytime you get that little bit of space, when you clear the knee, you're home. Like, and that like
simple concepts, like, but it's just putting them together in a high stress situation.
Exactly, like that 4-11 position. You know that position where like 4-11, where your leg is like twisted out and the other one's like weighing through. If you go to stand up on that leg, the other one gets kicked out, that one straightens, and you're gone. So like solving the problems of like holding this foot and like bringing this around and making it an inverted heel hook and then defending an inverted heel hook.
I was talking to Small about this, and he was saying he doesn't use 4-11 at all. Really.
No, he doesn't. That's why he was saying that to me as well. But I think it's like your body types as well. You know what I mean?
Everything I learned in London Shoot was based off get 4-11 and then attack. So it was like set up 4-11 first, and then you start your leg lock game.
Yeah, no, but I do agree with Richie because you're very close. Like now, if I'm down a heel hook on you, we're going to be like, that feels good. But then if I'm really trying to stop you, we're very close in that 4-11 position.
Yeah,
because my leg is coming.
Like I've isolated that leg. Then I have like, you know, as in if I wrap around and I have that knee reefed and I can push that leg away, it's two of me versus like it's me and my core versus your one leg and maybe your arms to defend. Like
no, definitely.
I feel like it's a huge advantage. I don't know. You see, I'm not a leg lock guy, but I know a little bit about like. Defending like I don't feel like if we're gonna actually
just punch the fucker in the jaw and get it over.
That's it, the big lad approach. Yeah, no, definitely. But like,
thank God, no light heavyweights, no leg locks.
Trust me, you're gonna meet one of them someday. Because I think even on the pro grappling circuit now, you can see it like that. Most of the boys are just jumping into like leg lock battles and stuff like that. And
all those guys, all those Danaher guys, you know, the
Danaher Death Squad. That's all they do. They're the leg lock guys. The Danaher Death Squad, that's all they do. Scary.
Your man Tonin has a great. You think BJJ Scout has a great thing on Tonin using the guillotine now as well. But I haven't seen him use it in the competition.
Too busy on legs. Normally people that have good guillotines or good footlocks have good guillotines for some reason. I think it's something to do with the pressure. You know what I mean? If you can break someone's foot like that, I'm pretty sure you can strangle them, you know?
Spallin says he kind of uses the guillotine grip.
He does, because he comes up here and then just kind of goes that way, doesn't he?
That would be the straight footlock. You tap it out your pandy.
You won't tap it. Training on it like, whatever. Oh, really good. There you are, folks. If you tap to a straight foot like you're a pansy. Everyone, there's like 20 MMA fighters.
No. But
the ball's just shrunk by about 20%.
It is like if it's gonna break, it's gonna break. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But if you need like everyone does have to. But if you look at like what's your man's name, Dean Lister. He would not tap to a footlock, straight footlock. You know what I mean? Like your foot's got to come out. And I remember Matt Thornton saying to me one day, and then like as well years ago, he was a blue belt, and it was I stood this with me, like, and then I did get caught one day, and I was like, he lied to me in a way, but he wasn't. It turns out I was doing it wrong, right?
What he say to you?
If someone has you in a straight footlock, you kind of like put on the boot, and like it's like it's impossible to get. And I remember like at the time of the seminar, like feeling invincible from that footlock. Then you know what I mean. But then I wasn't.
Boots are on.
I remember I was doing it wrong. I was when I got caught. But then when I did it again, like that's a huge defense to that as well. If you can set that up, you know, like that, just kind of like you're trying to put a boot on, keep your leg nice and solid and stuff like that. But then
some guys are just that fucking strong.
They're just that good at it. That's their whole game, and that's it. Like
they're good. There's loads of like I don't know. James Gallagher won hundreds of bleeding like jiu-jitsu grappling tournaments with that as well.
Oh, yeah, he's building out of the loads.
But he doesn't really do it really anymore. Like you wouldn't see it. You'd be more like guillotines and stuff like that now, and really naked jokes and stuff like that. But it's good to know that like you still have them stuff in your arse.
Yeah, he has it. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like last few minutes.
I should actually just do that as well. Just start doing footlocks with everyone.
The best way to do it is just start jumping on them. Like if it's guillotines, you want to get better at that. Start grabbing it and losing it.
You went for a footlock today.
Yeah. I was there to go, and I was trying to get you to weave I was trying to get you to go for that De La Hiva hook as well to sit back into the knee bar, but you weren't.
You were going to sit into a knee bar.
I was going to try.
But no, that's you like you got the grip then, right? You had the fucking
the toe.
Oh, your toe hold.
I was watching I was watching Dean Lister and him on. He was talking about the knee bar and how not to fucking lose and shit.
It was the foot I dislocated all the fucking toes on as well.
Rubbing his toe.
Just one at a time, cracking
little piggy.
splitting them down in the middle.
It was actually my ankle, because the ankle was grand, but the toes were in agony. I was just like, I'm not tapping that shit, you cunt.
I've only got pain in my toes. That's funny. That little Spanish fella that I was saying comes in. He just be like jumping on your leg and all like this. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're pulling the gun. You know what I mean? You're pulling a knife and a gun for you. You know what I mean? You grab my foot, I'm grabbing yours. And there's only one person walking away. And it might be me, it might be you. We're going for it. I know it's great, cracker. It's great.
That's gas.
It is weird how you get offended when somebody attacks a footlock. Like. It's like
some people do get offended.
I get offended if someone tries to guillotine me. I'm like, it's on now because I love guillotine so much. Like, you know what I mean? Is that what you mean? Like when you're good at something, you get offended.
Oh, really? No.
Same with the head and arm choke. Or if someone tries to put
if you're good at
shoulder just to sort of pressure on me, like,
we invented this.
I'll show you.
Dare
I'll show you when I'm not getting out of here.
Dare you?
Yeah, I can't wait to see Charlie fighting on. That's where we started that conversation, wasn't it? Yeah, Charlie and Arthur, man. That's only a week away.
But the main one is tonight. The main card tonight is incredible.
It's actually the most ridiculous card.
I was a bit annoyed about fucking Gaston missing weight again.
Did he miss weight again?
Yeah. Did you not see him in the Ultimate Fire show? I'm fueling my body. He's downstairs eating a burrito and the boys are upstairs filling a bat for him to get into, like, to cut weight. And he's downstairs eating and shouting songs and goes, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm fueling my body for the cut.
In fairness though,
and he's eating a burrito.
It's a pity because he fucking shows up that.
I actually seen him live at the Ultimate Fighter finale when he's very good.
Yeah,
he's the one against
good attitude.
Yeah.
That he would look class in that fight.
He looked really good. And this would have been a good one, Cowboy. I'm pissed off a Cowboy.
I think he would have been Cowboy and there was good odds on it.
How much
did bet? I'm like,
is it off?
It's off, He missed it by 6 pounds or something, didn't he? More.
Oh, dickhead.
6 pounds or
something.
something. The commission doesn't let you go ahead if it's too far.
Yeah. Eat a fucking burrito, you bollocks.
On his way to the back. My burritos were like 8 weeks down the road. One of them making 57 kilos.
On the way to the back, fueling my body for the cut.
Sometimes I used to rub burritos just to know they fell. You know what I mean?
You might not have got there without that burrito, alright?
Like that's crazy, and then to miss it again, like it's
the rest of the fights are good.
Probably 2 pounds worth of burrito sitting in his gut.
100%. Like you'd be cutting the weight of a burrito too.
As well, like at first, you have to do that first. That's probably gonna take you 20 minutes.
Weight against Hendricks, and Hendricks missed weight by like 250 grams, and they took 30% of his purse off him.
Really?
Yeah, and he missed his weight then.
But the lads were still
40%, Jesus, he's getting the bus home.
He's
getting the bus
home. And we're not even paying for the bus.
And that's probably 30% of like, you better win now as well, because you would have got 30% of like,
Yeah.
Or it would
Because
have.
you need your win bonus then.
But I do think
he was champion also. Like, let's say he's on.
I do think people get they get hell bent
situation.
on this kind of like the weight division thing, you know, like now, and I would say that I would definitely be guilty of that before as well. Like if I went back, if I was somehow cleared to fight again, I would how good would that be? I'd probably fight a bantamweight now. Like thinking of like when you get lost in it, you're just hell bent on making that 57 kilo. Now when I look back at pictures and all, and you set pictures, I'm like you probably should. Like, and the thing is, I was undefeated at bantamweight. Because I fought all of my fights at bantamweight, so I probably would have like. It was only like the UFC. Now we're going to be that little bit bigger. Now we're going to, and you would think that's it. And then most of the fights, I was the same size as the guy. I got all the lanky guys, all the guys that were like the same height as you and stuff like that. So it's like I think the hellbent stuff with your man Gastelum, he's probably like no, not me just being Marinas going to bat. That's not helping, but. Sometimes you say, right, I fight it that way, and then you grow up a little bit, and you're like emotionally attached to that weight category. So everything, you know, like, training and all suffers in a little bit because you're constantly on the weight. You know what I mean? Like, I think a good example would have been when Conor just said, "Fuck the weight classes," and a lot of people said, "Do you know what? That's a great idea." And that's going to have to open it
a lot of us are
little
kind
bit.
of doing that now. I'd say there's a few people in the gym moving up, even Dylan moving up. I moved up to light heavyweight because of that reason as well.
You need to make sense.
To fight at heavyweight now.
You have to fight heavyweight now.
For a good while, like it's going to be heavyweight.
It's got to top of peanut butter sauce to heavyweight.
It's going to take a while to get back down anyway.
You had no leftovers from the last while, have you?
No leftovers. What is that?
I love it, and the extra weight, obviously you feel it, but you're just like, I don't know, it's just nicer all in all. You're just thinking about training and fighting. I'm not thinking about weight at all. I've got 3 kilos, so I'll just piss out of me in the last 2 days, and that's it.
I love the idea of that. I really would. Like, I love the idea of the week of like having the energy and.
Will likes it.
Yeah,
Will likes the torture.
No, there's something to focus on because it's like
some people need it, I think.
Oh yeah, right. But like you're training all the time anyway,
dirty
and
masochist.
that cut takes your focus away from like all the emotion of the fight and all that crap. So it's something else to focus on. It's like
I would prefer the emotion over the wake up.
Me too. That's what I think. I think you need that. I think what you're doing is you're kind of distracting your mind in a way. You know that the fight's there, but then it's not your number one priority anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Weight cut.
Yeah, because your weight cut is because
you like that, okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't like the idea of that. I like the idea of like, I'd love to go back with a different mindset in a way of like, I feel like my mindset from watching and just sitting back for a little while, like going in and where you're fighting, you're constantly thinking about yourself, and like I think only coming and ripping your opponent's game apart is huge, and then like maybe not taking fights if somebody pulls out in a weekend because no one cares when you lose. No one gives you shit. You know what I mean? I think about like focusing on straight away what happened like in the Dublin with what was it? Poirier? Was Dustin Poirier?
Yeah, he was fighting Joe Duffy.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't fight someone that pulled in. And I remember thinking, he said, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Fight him." You know what I mean? Why not? And then he wouldn't. But then he's sitting there at the side, and then I'm like, "I'm worried, lads. We'll do a fight, you know." That. At that time, now we're going back, I'm thinking like he probably had his whole game pulled apart and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then someone wanted to jump in and he's like, no, and he made like a really, really tough decision to not fight instead of fighting then. Now, don't know whether it was a pussy move or you know what I mean? It's a tough one, but sometimes I think
you just don't know his motivations as well.
The game's getting much better now. The game's not like it used to be. The game, like some guy's a stand-up guy, you mean I get him on the ground, he's dead. You know what I mean? Or the opposite way around, I'm going to choke him out. But it's not like that anymore. Everyone is good everywhere, and you've got to be very.
Anyone you're going to be fighting has at least 3-4 years training.
Exactly.
Everything on.
And everyone that gets to that level has that one little expertise in their positions, like where their expertise when an overhooking guard, or their expertise are when you're circling the wrong way, or you know what I mean. And you need to kind of like experience that. Sometimes you go to the gym and you roll with someone, you get tapped, and then you kind of know straight away what the game is. Then you nullify that. And then nothing else really exists then.
It's like a sequence in chess. Once you're aware of that little sequence, you know what.
And then,
100%, that's a good way of putting it.
And then you just hope then when you do fight that it's a sequence that you recognise. That's pretty much what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if it's not, you fucking down next time.
And when you start recognising, even when you know when that starts taking events, it starts happening. Like if a guy has a good Darce choke, if a guy has a good guillotine, like all of this stuff has to be, you need to know them things, because when someone gets your neck and they have a good guillotine, it doesn't matter where you are or who you are, they're good at that. Or if a guy has a good scramble game, like my last fight, watching Smoker's fights after that, I would have not got down by losing the back control, because That's how
how-
I would expect it. That it just keep transitioning,
Yeah,
just keep,
transition.
and it happens. Stick with the flow, stick with the roll. Do you get what I mean? Rather than losing the position, go shit, I'm losing
You
the
were
position.
attached
I
to
don't know if you ever
position,
listened to Jack Slack. People say that's his favourite grappling display in any MMA fight he's ever seen. He's the one of the man that's.
I know Jack Slack, yeah.
Yeah, but
he said about the
smoke fight. Like
it was an amazing fight.
His favourite display of grappling in any MMA fight. Like
the two he's so flexible. It was like two elastic bands.
It was
just
really
like,
weird.
around.
It was
Spoilers. But then even watching his fights after that, like seeing how much transition, he was in like triangles and like ripping out of him, then like his back was getting taken and he was rolling out and like. And watching back, like these are just examples that I would call. And the best thing is that I have like I'm in a facility now that like I'm the head coach of that. I'm gonna pass all of this stuff on. Where a lot of the guys that are probably going to be going against will have not, as coaches, have not learned that yet. You know what I mean? Like there's so it kind of jumps you a level to be doing that and then come back and tell kids like that. This is how you will feel, and this is maybe the way you should approach it. And you need to look at your opponent. Sometimes people don't look at their opponent and they don't know why. But it's a little fear thing. It's a fear thing that kicks in your head.
I always analyse the shit out of
I didn't used to, because I used to not want to see them. But now, as soon as I find out I'm fighting, like video, send it to Will, send it to Tommy. Like this, let's look at this lad and let's see.
Oh
what
yeah,
he's doing.
cheers, yeah.
It's just your thing, okay?
It's not your thing. You keep telling me to punch him.
Punch him.
It doesn't matter who it is. You just keep telling me to punch him in the face.
It's like almost like a kind of a maturity, like a fight maturity. Like I know, like I can look at him and not like monsterize him or make him whatever the word is, demonize him is the word, and then you can just assess it in the terms of technique and then just go right. This is what I'm gonna do. It's like maturity, fight maturity. Or something.
But I do think that like not analysing the guy you're going to be fighting, it is an anxious thing. It is like this makes me uncomfortable to look at, so I'm not going to look at it. It's like just
I like looking at it.
Yeah,
now
break
I
it
do.
down,
I really
look at
enjoy
it,
looking at it.
understand what it is, prepare for it.
And when he does that, I'm going to do this. And
I've seen that a lot. People just don't. They don't look at their opponent.
It's like, it's uncomfortable when I look. It reminds me that's going to be real now. Like it's like no, it's going to be fucking real anyway. Embrace that situation.
Especially when you end up getting hit hard and you're sitting in a situation where you're like.
Yeah, if you have something in your brain, you just go back to it. But it is that if you have that thing deep in your brain,
you want to be comfortable with that person hitting you. You know what I mean? In a way, look.
Watch him that much when he does something, you go, alright, he did do that. I knew he was going to do that. And then see something else. That's the thing that he does when he does that. And
even it's like a little mental like fucking boost the other time. It's like, I have this thing in my locker. I have prepared for this kind of like.
Yeah.
So even if you are getting fucking, it's like bang.
It's good.
Fuck. You know. No, but it gives you that little like, I have my like secret move here.
Yeah. So, that last fight with Palu, I was like, he's going to throw big right hands at me because we watched him. If I hadn't watched him, I wouldn't have. That first one might have hit me.
Well, that was cunty.
When we touched hands, we touched hands and he threw an overhand right in my face. But I kind of knew in a way that was his one move. So I was kind of expecting he just literally brushed my nose. Like, would have been
fucking close.
It would have been fight over. Like,
and that's the experience. Experience is worth more than a loss sometimes.
Yeah.
Would you think of like fucking getting into kind of, I don't know, like more the like high level fight guys and kind of
take us under your wing, Paddy.
What do you mean? Take that chair out of your mouth. Say it, Will. Get
I
out,
was trying
Will.
to say eloquent, but like it's alright.
yeah, I was trying to I don't know what the fuck I was trying
What
to
do you mean, like?
but more just like taking on lads like myself or fucking him or any of us and kind of like.
I think he was like kind of taking on, so just like John looks after you and stuff like that. Like we all help out, and that's what John's doing now and what Conor and all is doing is that's serious business for everybody, for the whole country. You know what I mean? For MMA in Ireland, for MMA in Europe. So like
it's gonna be in the history books. That's why I think of it. Like
to me, like all of you is like use like John's fighters. You know what I mean? But like if I could help you out in a way, 100%. But I'm not gonna put my wings around anybody. You know what I mean?
You got your own thing.
I fancy on building like my own thing. That's how I feel. Like if you want something, you got to kind of build it yourself at the start. You know what I mean? No, and a lot of the guys that I would have helped out, like I've been helping Blaine O'Driscoll since like the start. I think Richie, Sinead, a few other guys. I've done a few other corners, but I don't do their corners anymore. But I know that the guys that I'll never leave their sides because they're comfortable with that, and that's kind of the setup that we have. That's like you click it in and fight times comes and this is how it goes, you know what I mean? And when you see the same, you do the same thing over the repetition, it becomes a little bit more comfortable. But then with other guys coming on again, I done a Helen's Corner in Bolton.
Yeah.
She got a great win there.
Yeah.
And like then again, like the only reason I'd be helping like with Helen and all that, and then with Sinead and something like that, is because John's busy and there's only so much that he can do, you know. So it's good to be able to help out with that. And like I've done your corner.
A couple times.
And yours as well, you know what I mean? So like, and I've done yours loads. I mean, that's just the funniest looking thing ever. You know what I mean? So what you want to do is, you know what I mean? Get up, kid! Run over him. You know? It's
an
hilarious.
Remember you slapped me in the arse through the cage. I was fighting Glenn Irvin up, and Paddy was like, "Yeah, keep going." Like I was defending the takedown, and fucking Tommy said he remembers Paddy just going, "Get it!" Like slap my arse.
Get off that fence, boy!
That's what he's saying. Get off that fence, dude.
Sometimes you need that little bit of a look.
It was great.
You're chilling. It's like,
yeah.
but you're fucking losing. Get out. But when you fight, you stay in the green zones. We call it green and red zones.
Yeah.
So like when a lot of guys go against the fence, you're actually losing. So I think like put it in yourself in a spot where you're going to be scoring. So the green zone and pushing it against the fence. I'm scoring. It's not that I don't have to be in a rush to get the takedown. I don't have to be. The guy has to be panicking to get off the fence because he's in a red zone.
Yeah.
And that's when your opportunities of takedowns and stuff like that. But a lot of guys, I even see it now with the younger guys. I have the teens in this morning. They're going to compete soon. They're not training long, but I've taught them triangles and arm bars and stuff like that. But then they get the guard. The minute their feet close, they feel like they have to attack and they have to get that triangle. If they don't get it and they get down, I'm like, you have to chill, man. You have to you're not playing chess at 100 miles an hour. You're chilling. You know what I mean? You gotta like go one way and make them think that you're not doing it, and then go for it. Like same way as on the fence, people hit the fence and they're like take down, and then they miss it. They give that back, or they end up on the fence because it's just. Not taking the time, not taking the patience of being in them zones and realising where you are.
That green man is good because I get often caught on the you would call it the red zone against the fence, but I love it. Well, I think that's my favourite zone.
It's so
because I know that they're gonna go for it. Like I know that they're gonna try and take me down all this, so I just wait for it. But I spend too much time there, and technically I'm losing if the judges are looking.
That's what happens
because they don't understand it the same way that we do.
But then say you spend half a round there, you've got to make it up in the next half.
That's what I mean.
You actually have that mental advantage of like you have to attack now.
It's tough when you get comfortable in a position like that to realise right, this doesn't look that good in the scorecards, and have to turn it around.
And if the guy's doing a good job in that green zone, your heart rate should be higher than his. Your heart rate should be higher than his. And the way, if you're riding at a higher heart rate and his lower, then you're burning more energy. So if I'm in guard and I'm on top of guard,
it's an emotional thing though, isn't it? Like so much about it is the way you feel about it, and the way you react to it, and the way it's just like I'm good here, it's grand, you know. And you're
that's what happens to me when I'm back against the fence. I go, grand.
Right, but I think you might be a bit too relaxed at times.
That's what I do, yeah. But I know that. I know that.
Don't be that relaxed.
That's just me. Like that's just me.
No. You hit that fence, turn around, and when he relaxes, then we relax. So if you're pushing him to the fence, and that's what happens most of the time, where like you've got a jockey. I think it was I seen a really good fight on a cage where there's a long time ago, and it was a good example of it. It's Stevie Ray, I think it's James Doolan's fighters, and they for like 4 minutes they fought, and then you can see it, and then it's actually Stevie that gets into that green zone there and puts the pressure on the wall then, and it's incredible how to see that the two of them were just refusing. But sometimes it'll go 1, 2, 3, and then the person sits there. That has told you so much about the whole rest of this fight. That means that if we push you, when we'll go. But if I keep it up, you will kind of settle that little bit. If it's a fight for guard, if it's a fight for a sweep, for an arm or something like that.
You'll break eventually.
Because so in them little moments, you've got to win them moments. I
just got too comfortable there. I'm just like, no, wait for him to try and take me down, and then I'm just gonna go.
But get out of here!
That's what every time it's like you know because you spar at me loads, you'll go for that, and I'll just boom, and then I'm gone, and then I'm back in the middle of the cage like.
And I like to point out that Ben never gets away from that.
He's taking the cage wall and all is on the ball on the ground when he's taking someone down.
You do leave your hips a little bit open, like.
We reckon we should move this to the cage.
I gave my hips. I'm a bit of a whore.
He keeps giving me his back and just leave me.
His pants are always slightly down. On that note,
Paddy, bounce out here, boys. On that note, absolute pleasure to sit down and have a talk. Good man.
Anything you want to tell the people before you leg it?
No. See you later. All is good. See you on the other side.
Cheers, man. Thanks for your plan, buddy. Okay.
What a legend. I didn't wear this t-shirt on purpose either.
That's a good t-shirt. That's
100%. You
Nice. Paddy
You wouldn't even know.
I didn't.
Class t-shirt,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But it's like subliminal. It's like
Ben is wearing a t-shirt. Look at the Irish t-shirt.
his name.
Yeah. Look of the Irish.
I'm a huge fan of someone.
Yeah, someone can do this. And you can get this t-shirt from, probably Shoptagon actually sell it, do they? Yeah, Shoptagon.ie. Fucking no. Anyway,
I don't work for them.
that was good. Yeah,
You're looking at me like I know this shit.
yeah, I don't know either. That was good, isn't it?
Oh, that was good. You listen to Paddy first.
The rest of you now are let down.
Yeah,
to be
I know,
honest. Yeah.
Sorry about this now. This is going to be shite. The rest of this.
I haven't had you now, Keane, for a few weeks, so it's actually good because we haven't had you since your fight. So we actually wanted to talk about your fight if you're willing to have a little chat about killing some poor lad, for want of a better phrase. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, it was just
Exactly how you planned.
pretty. No, actually, not at all.
No?
Didn't go in any way, shape, or form how I planned it. I wanted to come out and let my hands go because I just remember thinking back that I haven't let them go at all. Like in other fights, you'd see like and my hands are probably my best attribute.
100%. Yeah.
And I thought I'll come out here, I'll put the pressure on him, and I'll slip and rip, and I'll fucking catch him on the chin and you go to sleep like. And went in, and he was 6'8", 6'9".
He was big.
He was a big boy, like,
And you're a big boy, like.
I could just feel that. I was throwing my overhand. I was trying to slip inside his jab and throw my right cross, like, at the same time.
Yep.
And I could just feel the leather, like, taking cells off his chin, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't connecting, like. Yeah. And he started stepping real heavy on his lead leg, and I just ended up fucking kicking it off.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't checking it at all.
No, he didn't. So. He started to lift it towards the end of the fight. Like,
put weight, like you stepped with that leg.
It was like your whole weight in those kicks.
Because there's a lovely little thing you can do. Like if you ever do those, like that straight blast, those shifting punches. You know, if you just step forward with it and throw. You just bring all your weight forward
because you're going forward.
You're going forward, and then even just off your jab, because you're stepping forward off your jab and then jabbing round.
But I think you like throw it like you have your fucking full hip behind it when you land, and you land just above the knee. So it's like
it looked horrible for him. Yeah,
I'd say he had some. Were you chatting to him after?
I was talking to him afterwards. Yeah, and
ligament damage or some shit. Like
his whole leg, his whole knee and the back behind it all was purple nearly up to his arse. Like, it was rank. I was like, sorry.
We all know how it feels now. Well, actually,
I was like, great fight, thanks very much. So
it was a good win.
Yeah, it was good. Like
I'd say it felt good to get a
W. Yeah. Well, like in fairness, like I would have been fairly pissed off now if I'd lost that.
Your hands did look way better, just because
you're trying to win that one away.
It was trying.
I think that's an important thing as well, to try to win.
The try to win is definitely an important aspect of the whole experience.
I probably should have tried harder to win. I think if I just focus more on maybe the winning of the fight.
Right? Yeah, it's a not so secret of fighting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That was grand, but did you try and win?
Yeah, just next time try a little bit harder. Right?
Yeah. Just try and win. Yeah. No, like your fight, and I had watched it. Like he definitely had like a power advantage.
Just will.
Yeah.
Against your man. I just honestly, and I'm not trying to. I thought I'd knock him out fairly early on.
Yeah. But there was a whole scenarios out with the rounds being longer. I know you don't like talking about the.
Well, look, I know just as long as I did. So 5 minute round, 3 minute round, whatever. I'm not like.
Yeah, but
he probably didn't know it was going to be 5 minutes. I didn't know it was going to be 5, so we both reacted to the same situation.
Yeah.
And in fairness, like the last 2 minutes, I think I probably dominated the first 3 minutes of that round. But the last 2 minutes, he went on, he composed himself better, and he kept landing that leg kick. Yeah. And like, not trying to be bigger at him, but none of his shots were really fucking hurting me too much. Or like, I know we were two of us kind of like, I was trying to make it as loose as possible and just get wild with him.
Yeah.
And I felt like anytime we both got wild, I was probably the guy landing the more vicious shit.
He was getting timid then at that point, yeah.
Well, not even timid, but he was just staying tough, staying tight. He was landing like nice short little hooks and stuff, but none of them were really like, you don't have the power to finish me, was how I felt.
Yeah.
But then obviously that kick landed, and that was a very well placed kick. Like he just, and it like chopped the neck, shut the nervous system off.
Those kicks are like, at least
but
3 times.
Genuinely, and I'm not fucking like, I'm not saying it wasn't a good stoppage, because I've watched the video a shitload of times and I've seen how I fell, and I fell forward and it looks terrible, okay? But if you watch it closely, the kick hits the neck. I go to stand on the opposite foot.
saw that, yeah,
There's
and
no
it-
moment of unconsciousness. There's no anything.
No.
Like, I remember the kick landing.
Yeah.
I remember falling down.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, shit, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Sitting
Yeah.
onto my knees and standing up within 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And then looking at Kowser.
Yeah, it's
and,
quick.
and I asked him, I was like, you're not counting.
Yeah.
And he was like, kind of just shied away.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is it over?
Yeah.
And he just kind of nodded to say it was over. And then I put my hands on him. And I was
Yeah.
like, alright, fair enough. And to a lot of people, that looked like I was balancing on him. But I was
Yeah.
more just gutted because it was
Yeah,
over.
I know that.
Yeah.
But,
Like,
yeah. Look,
yeah.
he
I'd
landed
say
that
if you hadn't
kick.
actually sat on your knees, if you'd come onto one knee. I know that
See, my
sounds
legs were
ridiculous.
battered. I know, yeah.
If you'd come onto the, if you'd been on
Yeah,
a
almost
like
like
a
taking a knee.
genuflection, nearly, you know what I mean, like on one knee,
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't have looked as bad. I don't know why.
But he actually waved it before that. As soon
Oh,
as I
stumble.
got
It was a
there.
stumble.
as
It was
soon as
I
you-
didn't see him waving it. No, I know
Alright,
that sounds terrible. But like, when I fell like
Yeah,
away from him.
Yeah.
And he, like, as soon as I hit the ground, he started, like, waving his
Yeah.
hands, right? So I sat back up and then looked over at him, and he was kind of just, like, standing there at that stage. So then I got up. Like,
Yeah.
so I sat up and looked at him, stood up, and then kind of turned to him and started talking to him.
In
Because
fairness,
I knew straight away from his body language, he was like, oh, you're not counting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen him wave it, like...
Yeah. In fairness to your man, he had shy takedown defense.
Yeah.
There was one in particular. I was like, just fucking do it.
Just take him over, yeah.
Just whip his legs out from under
It's
him. Oh,
amazing
brilliant.
how, like, your brain just goes back to what it knows.
Oh, yeah,
Straight
just
away.
like-
You were milling that hip right into, or your shoulder into his hip every time. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Oh, perfect placement.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
He was shit at defending the takedown.
Who should have
That K1 lad was shy at the takedowns.
Should have just double legged him a few times. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Ah,
It's
shit.
just not part of the rules. I thought
Yeah.
sweeps and takedowns, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were telling me like 5 minutes beforehand you can't catch kicks and shit.
Yeah, that thing in K1 is shite. Like, you can't
Yeah.
catch kicks, you can't sweep. Like,
Yeah.
it's pity you couldn't have nearly a Muay Thai fight. Would have
Fuck it, who knows. Like, fair play to him. He did it well.
double leg a fight for a Muay Thai.
I'd nearly,
fight.
like, look, someday hopefully we'll get to do it again and be a bit of crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Fair play, David. Well done.
Yeah.
You'll get your ass whooped next time.
That's it.
I fucking mean it.
Suck
You
your
will.
jets.
You definitely.
No.
If you didn't believe that, then what's the fucking point in doing anything?
Yeah.
Just want to keep going.
Like, I know you're saying, like, you know, it was just another fight and blah, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
But there is a
It's a fight.
There is
Like,
a difference when you change the rule set. Like, even if someone goes, oh, you can't throw any fucking left hooks. I'll be like, what do you mean you can't throw any left hooks? I'll be like, you know what, I know it's not.
Yeah.
I know it's not.
I
the
think that was
same,
more a
but-
mental thing though, because look,
Yeah.
think of the rounds we do every day with big gloves, and you know we wear big gloves, shin pad, and we go at each other, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I was kind of like, oh, this should feel totally normal.
But you're going against someone
But I
who's-
let myself
who's looking at the same rule set as you are, if you get me. They're looking at an MMA rule set, so you know you're not going to fight in big gloves, you know what I mean? You're not going to shell up like this. You're not going to be
Yeah.
wearing 10-ounce gloves that are a big shield, like. You're going to be wearing little
Yeah.
4-ounce gloves. They're going to have a wider. You're going to have more space in between
You're
your
open.
hands, and they're more open. Like for that, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, and cheers for kind of trying to comfort me.
Cheers, but shut your face.
No, but look, we do rounds with the larger gloves with 16 ounce even, where guys can cover up fully. And in those rounds, I can pick holes and I can move. Now, in fairness to him, he was very tight and he stayed very composed.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't letting me distract him or do any of the shit that I normally can
No,
do.
he kept his
But at the
game
same-
plan the whole time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
like,
no,
I do have very odd movement and I can't just
Yeah.
like distract guys
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
and he wasn't playing any of that game. He
No.
was just like, my hands are staying here no matter what you're
He
doing.
really did. He did.
Yeah, and he did it very
Even
well.
when
He
you were
was just-
pressuring him, you just kept it.
Yeah,
tight.
and he stayed tucked and he landed that
Didn't
leg
get
kick,
into a
and I
brawl.
didn't deal with that leg kick, so fair play to him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I went and did the like, you know, a true Superman punch at the start of the second
Yeah.
round and all that shit,
Yeah.
if I'd done more of the likes of that
Yeah.
and just known, like, look,
Just
I have
freak
a
out.
natural fucking
Yeah.
speed and power advantage on you here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all I have to do is not let you chop that leg, and
Yeah.
it would have been a totally different
Yeah.
fight.
It would have been.
Now look, easy say this in hindsight. I'd love to do it again, and hopefully we will get to
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go and smash a few cunts in MMA, and hopefully David will get to do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, shit
We'll
happens.
tag him in this so he may definitely hear it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah, definitely have to. Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Why not?
Good luck when he spells.
I know,
the
fair
second
play.
round.
He was bang on afterwards as well. Like, you know,
Okay.
we were in the dressing room or in the medic's room chanting, like, and you know, he was real fucking cool dude. Like, so a lot of respect for
I feel
him.
bad for spitting on him as he walked past me. Sorry. I didn't actually spit on him, just for the record.
Yeah, that was cheers anyway. Don't worry.
Deadly. So what? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What day is today? Is Saturday the day of UFC?
205.
UFC?
Well, you see, if we talk about it now,
Let's
it's
talk about
not
it.
going to be coming out till after, and we don't know shit now, and everyone listening will know exactly what happened. So we have the big opportunity to make ourselves look like retards.
I like
Brilliant.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
Connor's
Just
gonna,
predictions.
Connor's gonna slip away in the cage and I'll be called off.
Don't fucking-
Knock on wood.
That actually happens.
Knock on
We've
wood.
actually touched on wood, so it's alright.
Yeah.
Uh,
That happened to you all on me.
yeah.
It's
I
a
really
crazy-
think he's going to do it pretty easily.
I
He just
think,
has very powerful hands.
yeah, and, I don't know.
If that didn't happen, I didn't actually mean that. Because I'm a fucking genius and I predict the future, okay?
That's gonna be super loud now.
I think if Alvarez comes out in any way, shape, or form like he did against Dos Anjos, and he's
perfect for Conor.
He's happy enough to walk back against the fence and try and counter strike with Conor. Like it's not going to
happen.
a short night. Like it'll be first or second round. Like and
Yeah.
that'll be it. Like I know he's only been KO'd once, is it?
Alvarez?
Yeah.
Oh, I think more. Oh,
He's been dropped a load of times.
Yeah,
but
that's it,
I don't
that's
think
it.
he's been KO'd more than once.
Right. Well, he's looked like, as in, I saw his
So
fights.
both of them have a chin on them, like.
Like challenge.
He's not, like, he doesn't
Doesn't
have
have
that.
chin,
No.
no.
And, like, he's been dropped loads.
Right.
As in, he gets dropped.
Yeah,
in
Conor
most
has
of his fights.
not been dropped in my memory. Like drop, he hasn't been dropped.
The Diaz shot.
The Diaz shot, yeah.
Yeah,
But
a
that didn't
little
drop him.
stumble
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
from one of the best boxers in the world in MMA. Like.
I don't really think he's any better wrestler than Mendes.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Or even any stronger. Really, he's a bigger guy. Like
Yeah.
he's not like Mendes, little fucking
Yeah,
little ball.
it's pretty easy to be a bigger guy than Mendes.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. Woodley and Thompson.
Woodley and Thompson. Oh, I thought Woodley for a long time. I thought Woodley, and the more I've watched everything leading up to it, I honestly did. I thought that Thompson wouldn't be able to handle like the kind of pressure that Woodley can put on. That was just my opinion until I start seeing his like just the way he's acting and stuff in the past few days.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Johnny, just get that feeling. You're like that dude isn't.
With Woodley?
Yeah,
You know
like
the way
I
they
think
say-
that Thompson's gonna mill him out of it.
You know the way they say everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, not me.
No.
No. you
Absolutely not.
you would have said Thompson the whole
From the
time
start,
from
yeah.
the start.
Because
I'm still skeptical. I still think.
Right.
Again, the way
I'm actually the complete opposite of him. I started going, Thompson's going to absolutely win him. And then I've watched a lot of his fights quite closely.
Yeah.
His movement isn't as good as Page or the likes of any of the rest of these .5 kickboxers. He actually lets guys in on him. Like, Ellenberger dropped him pretty fucking...
yeah,
And he's not as smart
That's-
as McDonald. Like McDonald, picked apart Woodley because he's just so intelligent. Like in that way, his fight IQ is so
Right,
high.
but like...
I don't think Thompson has that, and that's why I was thinking Woodley will just blast him, and then Thompson will just be like, oh shit, I never felt this before.
Yeah, I think that might have, like, the longer I look at it, the more I'm kind of like, that could easily happen. And the odds are pretty good on Woodley, so I'm thinking of betting on him.
You know what? Like, it's not.
I'm
it's-
amazed
it-
how kind of much of a
Complete
favourite
underdog. He's a
Thompson
complete
is.
underdog, Woodley. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just.
No, I like Thompson's movement, but he, like, I
Will's just
love...
got to keep interrupting you.
Sorry, just shut up. Just shut up. Right? Nobody wants to listen
Shut
to
your
you.
pretty mouth.
Everyone's
This is
listening.
such a beautiful man.
Go on.
Go on.
I've completely forgotten.
So you've always been for Thompson.
I'd always thought Thompson. Now I can see. I could see Woodley closing the distance and hitting him with a big hook or a big right straight or something. But like, I don't think he's gonna take him down and ground him out. I don't think he's. I think he's sort of half. Like he's not into his wrestling as much as he probably could be. You know what I mean? And
He's
so
so fucking powerful, like...
you're kind of more afraid now of the big right hand rather than being afraid of the wrestling and the big right hand.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
He's that guy.
That I
who-
might have directly stolen that from Jack Slack.
Oh, good man.
So
That is my opinion.
this is my informed opinion. But I don't know. I just thought Woodley he has such range.
Right.
Not Woodley, sorry, Thompson. But
I think
You
Woodley
could probably
has a
rise
bit
to
of that
that.
Anthony Johnson about him. He just has dead touch. Like,
Woodley, yeah. Look what he did to Robbie Lawler.
sorry?
what he
Yeah.
did to Robbie
And
Lawler.
look at the shots Robbie Lawler's taking off other people.
Oh.
And just
Yeah.
the hardiness of him. And bang, it was over.
yeah,
That's why I love MMA so much. I just don't know.
I predicted it. Well, I'm going to claim that because I bet a shitload on Woodley before that fight as
Did
well.
you? Yeah.
yeah, well,
Nice.
And I bet on Trump this week at 8-1.
You did not, did you?
Yeah, 20 quid, 8 to 1, made 160 out of it. I was like, oh. Because it was actually ridiculous, right? If anyone like who bets a bit, the odds went from
seeing the line, seeing the
and even just how quick it went up.
Yeah.
So he went from 4 to 1, 8 to 1, 11 to 1 within 20 minutes because I was kind of following the just the results coming in, and it looked like Florida was going to go to Hillary, and 8 to 1, and then it went up to 11 to 1. And I was like, oh, I don't know, and then within 40 minutes he was 10 to 1 on.
Yeah.
It was crazy how quick it changed.
That was a bit of a clusterfuck. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. But look, nothing's going to change.
Anyway, they're not fighting the UFC 205 anyway.
Exactly.
So who's next?
Jędrzejczyk and
Carolina.
Yeah, thank God. I was trying to go cool.
Carolina anyway, yeah. That one is, I don't know, she's a beast though. Isn't she?
I think Jędrzejczyk has it.
Carolina had the nice win against Holm, wasn't it? It was quite good. Was it Holm? Who's your last fight?
No. Rose.
Rose Namajunas. She's good, but JJ's just a scary individual.
Yeah. Or they calling her on the fight and kid the doctor. Free nose jobs. Give me free nose jobs.
Pro bono.
Yeah.
That should be already
Then who's under that? Is it Weidman and
Yo? That's still going ahead. Yeah.
I fancy Weidman for that. To be honest, I think Romero's going to get. I love Romero.
It's so small.
Look, all of these fights are very close. They could all go either way.
Yo is so small for middleweight.
I can see him gassing himself a little bit.
Yo.
He tends to have those explosive moments, and I think Weidman's too good to be finished in any of those, and then he'll have his chance.
Yeah, but he gets a 5-minute break in between the rounds, so.
So
he might have a good gas tank.
To be honest, man, I think more was made of that than it actually was.
It was more.
It was 20 seconds. It wasn't.
It wasn't that bad.
2 minutes.
It wasn't that bad.
He got fairly badly rocked at the end of that round, though.
Yeah.
He was
And then, regardless, didn't he get knocked out then?
Yeah, and he got fucked up.
It's not because he had 10 extra seconds.
No.
Not to lose any.
I was amazed how bitchy Tim Kennedy got about that whole thing. It's just look, man, at the end of the day, he beat you in a fucking fight. Just get over it.
Be careful, Tim Kennedy. He might come looking for you.
What? Come, you little bitch. I'll knock you and this pig's ass out. Fucking mean it.
Don't bring any of the guns, please.
No guns.
Just
See, he tried to shoot you, Santa guy.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Well, he pulled the gun on you.
Came in right back in the house,
that's cool. That's kind of like that.
Tim Kennedy's a bitch.
Yeah. You won't take the piss out of me.
Piss pig's a bitch. What?
No.
How dare you?
Again, I've got comedy gold.
It wasn't.
The actual material.
It wasn't bad.
The material is terrible. It's not that bad, right?
Yeah.
It's shite.
Nobody takes the piss out of
It's not as cringy as that, right? But it's the way you deliver it.
The delivery.
Yeah, it's just awful.
Oh, God.
Awful.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you any more jokes. I had a great one as well.
Okay, well, if you want more.
I had a really good one. Yeah, I was about my mate who can get the weight right of everything. You can get the right weight right of that table, or the peanut butter, or the honey, or anything. Make Wayne, yeah.
Right, what's the joke?
Wayne Scales.
Don't hit him!
Do you know if you were 70, these would be funny enough.
Yeah.
Right? Because you'd be some old lad who has a load of cringy jokes, right?
Yeah.
No, Ben, you're in your mid-20s.
Okay. No more jokes.
Okay.
And then underneath that, you got Frankie and Jeremy Stevens headlining the headlining the prelims. Or headlining the what are they?
Yeah.
Whatever way it works.
That should be good.
That'll be a good fight. It'll be dynamite. It'd be interesting to see if Stevens can back up his. Who the fuck is that guy?
Man,
he has
watch
some
his
serious
fights.
power.
Yeah, again, he's got that death touch.
He hasn't knocked anyone out in a while, but
Frankie gets caught.
Who? Stevens?
Yeah, he hasn't knocked someone out in a while.
The same card Connor fought fucking
Bermudas. Need the fucking face.
Yeah.
Straight up into the rafters.
Yeah. It was not
it's still there. Dennis Bermudas doesn't have a face anymore. It's in the rafters.
I think they're peeling it off the rafters sometime soon.
Oh, good for you.
They're hiring a tower crane.
But he just kicked the shite out of Dennis Bermudas for 3 rounds, and then kneed the face off him. He got caught once, twice.
Yeah, it was a little bit more back.
It was a great fight.
But this is his moment.
If it hadn't have been for the Robbie Lawler fight on that card, they definitely would have fight of the night, fight of the year. Probably there was a class fight.
This is his moment now if he does light it up and then just have his time on the mic and call out everyone or whatever.
Yeah.
Should be doing it anyway.
Oh, he does have serious power.
Yeah, he's very interesting guy. Like, 'cause he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And he was talking a lot about how he does a lot of long endurance cardio.
Yeah.
But I think again, it's different athletes and different different people need different things.
Yeah.
But he was saying like he'll do a wrestling session real intense for an hour and a half, and he'll go for like an hour long run afterwards.
Yeah.
I'd rather shoot myself in the face, I think.
Yeah, running is.
Wouldn't you run? I'd cycle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't run.
It just seems to tighten up all the joints and everything.
Cleats. Cycling with cleats.
We don't have cleats there.
No,
I was cycling from work. One of the days. Now I haven't done it for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We're cycling from work, and in Ballina, like there's no cycling, you know. But anyway, coming along, and this Audi just came in too far, and I went straight into a fucking pothole. And the only thing I could do, like literally, and came out of it. The only thing I could do to stop myself from slamming into the side of this car was just hand it off. Like I just give it a hand off. But that, of course, pushed me just straight onto the path. I'm still stuck in the bike. So I just hoofed over, like nearly still.
Into a ditch or what?
No, like onto a footpath. Like,
fuck.
and like literally just like there, like sideways, still in like cycling, you know, feet stuck in the pedals because they have those like the little cover thing for your foot.
Yeah.
And fucking the worst part was people stopped. It's like no.
Try and help you.
Okay, let me put it as
I'm a big boy.
I was fine. I nearly died of embarrassment afterwards.
Yeah, just because of that.
This man is suffering from clinical level embarrassment.
I got hit by a car in London while I was cycling one day, and like I was coming up on the inside lane, like she was turning left but she didn't indicate.
Oh yeah, every time.
And I was kind of booting on, and it was through a junction but the lights were green, so it was fairly pelting it, and she just whipped without looking like. And then it took the bike out from underneath me, right? Yeah. But my whole kind of like torso slid across the bonnet. But like there was oncoming. No, like I basically slid across her car and then just like pounced across the junction and ran as quick as I could. Like landed on my feet and like ran across the junction as fast as I could because there was a load of cars moving.
Everyone thought I was
like, my hands were skinned as fuck because I my hands flashed on the road when I hit the ground and I was going at good old pace. But it was amazing how the momentum. It was like probably faster than I've ever ran because I had the momentum of the bike carrying me like, and then I was just like running like.
Just like I've hit Iron Man. What was I saying? I had a bike before. You know the junction at Whitehall.
Yeah.
You know it's like there's like 8 lanes of traffic there because there's so you know what I mean because of crossroads.
Yeah.
I was cycling into town I was living on Collins Avenue.
Yeah.
And was coming out into town. I had taken a bike out of a skip at work. So like literally this is a shit bike like but I needed a bike. Yeah. I was cycling into town. I just the way you push down, you sort of pull off the pedals a little bit to pull off the handles a little bit to like get yourself started.
Yeah.
I did 1, 2. Pop! Out come the handlebars, straight sailed out into the traffic like right in front of the bus. Holding on to the handlebars, bike behind me. And you're in front of all these people, and you can just see them all cracking their shit laughing. I'm sitting in the junction like, what the fuck is the rest of the bike? I was like,
I would love to see that.
I went over, I didn't even like pick up the bike, just kept the handles in my hand and walked over to the side of the road, the bike pulling behind because it's still attached to the brakes. Pain in the arse there. So so who do we think?
Let's go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a bold call and say Frankie's on his way out, and Stevens is gonna take it.
Feeling Jeremy Stevens too. But if Frankie wins, I thought Frankie would have won all along.
Okay. I just want to be. As with all of these predictions, we actually meant the winner. Yeah. And then there's a few other fights. I'm not really.
Some other guys.
There's some really good fights in the undercard that aren't. Really it's ridiculousness.
Here, you're signed to Brave anyway.
I'm signed to Brave.
Yeah.
You might be eventually. Are you? No.
Which? Oh, yeah, but I haven't signed.
I've got a fight in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm fighting in Bahrain. Bahrain.
Yeah. Who are you fighting?
I'm fighting an American guy called Tyree Fortune.
You're going to take his fortune.
I actually made a video for it.
Yeah. Come on, man. It's brilliant.
Hold on. Segue to my story, which you're going to cringe at now. So they asked me for it.
Why did I do it?
they asked me for. I shouldn't be saying this in the podcast because it's probably takes
Go on,
away, takes
go
away
on.
from it. But they asked me for a 10-second video for their Snapchat or Instagram. So I like naturally have to talk about where to watch it and stuff like that. So naturally I was like, watch my fight with Tyree Fortune December 2nd at BraveFights.com. And if you want to see a real Fortune, put all your money on me. They loved it. I tell you.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
I don't know, actually. I thought I was nearly going to cringe to death, and then I
Yeah.
thought, no, actually, I
That's
just
actually-
wanted to cringe.
Yeah.
Because
It's a good one.
you had said some shite.
It's actually a good one. And do you know what? I'm not lying. I'm going to elbow a hole in his face, so.
Oh, nice.
Fuck him. So
You
fuck
know where
him.
your nose used to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad. We got some bad intentions now these days. So fuck him. Yeah, that's in 3 weeks. Watch it. You can watch it live on BraveFights.com. You just stream it. We got a pretty good stream. Yeah,
Nice.
that's it. And then I think Will's maybe. Well, we'll talk about that when it comes. But
Yeah, when the contract and stuff is
yeah,
signed.
briefly in talks with the same promotion for February,
Yeah.
and we're all gonna go there.
Take
And
off
if
the
there's
doubles.
any middleweights out there in Ireland or Scotland or the British Isles or anywhere,
Yeah.
we're up for scrap before
Yeah.
Christmas. Will's game.
Will is game. What's your date? What's your deal, Keen? Once.
Well, like I've had, I think 4 separate opponents pull out of bouts
Yeah.
before.
You were lined up for a while there, were you?
Yeah, it was one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
lined up for 3 different fights, and they all
Yeah.
pulled out.
So now you're
looks
fighting
like,
a bear.
Yeah,
You're gonna fight a bear.
gonna just a random.
It
bear.
is salmon season though, so
Gonna be careful.
bears are going to be pulling out all over the place.
That kind of sounds like a night in the George.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience there, man.
No, I got no problem.
I've seen you in there a few times.
I've seen you in there a few times. That kind of. Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah.
These bears don't pull out.
Oh, Keen, go on cringe.
I didn't say that.
So,
No, I had like, I basically said I wouldn't take a fight too close to my wedding. So
yeah, that's a good move.
yeah, I don't think she'd ever forgive me if I came.
Tell us about getting married anyway.
Get married?
Yeah, how's that whole buzz?
It's a larf.
He says with the biggest scowl I've ever seen this face.
No, like I can't wait to understand. It's just you stop laughing.
Honestly, can't wait. I love her so much. No secrets.
No secrets. You start making me sound like an awful arsehole.
Who was that blonde one who was sitting on your lap for the first half of the podcast?
That's
Leave her out.
fuck's sake.
Right, so yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
it'll
so
be good. It'll be good.
Get married.
It's a big day.
Big day, yeah. It's just the organising of things is a pain in the arse, and
Yeah.
I'm doing fuck all of it, so I shouldn't even be saying this pain in the arse.
So it's just you get told what to do and you go places and do the thing that you're told to do.
Yeah, but most of the time I actually fail to do those things.
And that is a relationship. That's pretty much a relationship.
That's how relationships
That's a
work.
good, healthy relationship right there.
Yeah, so the wedding on the 30th, and then I was looking at fighting all the way up to the 9th. I think
just
3 weeks out should be all right. Like, and then
Yeah, you just don't want to.
They've all pulled out, like, because I was even going to see if I could get onto the prelims of BAM or something, just get a fucking fight. I actually just wanted another fight because I was figuring, 2-1 before Christmas, 3-1
nice.
before March. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
get your 4-1 by the summer, like, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
Sometimes just the unfortunate part is you have to wait, or someone else has to be willing as well
yeah,
for our plans to go to to work out.
dickheads, just
Yeah,
fight.
no.
And it was going to be heavyweight, like just general fatness, like.
Yeah.
So it was going to be at heavyweight. So I was just looking for something, like. But it looks like back down to South Africa in April anyway.
Oh, savage.
For EFC.
Yeah, like Brave is a good promotion for that. They'll pull anyone from anywhere, like, so that might be a good one for February. Like, I think they're onto Will kind of briefly about February.
Yeah, maybe actually. Yeah. But like,
I'll edit this out. If
I have
you
to-
don't
Ah,
talk
don't worry,
about
no,
it.
I have to be careful with contracts and stuff because I'm signed whatever with EFC,
Yeah.
like so. But I get a fight there.
How many fight deal was that?
6.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good. Like,
Class.
but like,
Have they been trying to get you on stuff much? Or?
well, like they like literally after the last fight, people were like coming up, like Cairo and Graham and the guys who sort of run it, like, we're going, oh, we'll have you we have twice more before the end of the year, like,
Yeah.
and then with sort of like him and Han, it was more sort of, it was probably more on my part. I didn't actually go actively looking for a fight from them. I was just looking for any fight, like, and then we kind of, oh shit, like I have this. Yeah, I'll go look for a fight from them, and but they offered me one in December, and I said any chance of November.
Any chance of moving the show?
Yeah, any chance of going on the one in November instead, like. And they tried for that for a while, but by the time they sort of like it's not really an option. Yeah. Then December was kind of gone, like, you know. So I'm just waiting now, like.
Yes, that's as easy as people think. Like, we're not just fighting. Yeah, well, if it worked like that, I would.
Oh, the amount.
I think it's much harder at this level though, as in you'd hope anyway when shit gets a bit more legit.
We're getting here. Yeah, we're getting there.
Well,
like,
promotions like Brave and EFC are a bit more legit, but like dealing with this Mickey Mouse, fucking.
We're nearly in the
when you can just have it as announced. And it's there. Yeah,
right.
Like, it's not so bad, but like.
But then to know that cunt will show up is a very handy thing. Like, because it's.
I'm always skeptical. I've got skeptical hippo eyes every time.
Yeah,
but that's
I thought
in a way it's shit that you have to be. Cause
I was the same. I thought that's great.
I thought once you turn pro, like they'd be like, oh, it's money.
I had way less pullouts than amateur. I've obviously I have a 6-to-1 show up to pull out ratio now, but or pull out to show up ratio. Yeah. But at amateur I had like 7 fights and 2 pullouts, and I pulled out on Lee Bammer as well. Like so, you know, I had to pull out as well.
We all actually pulled out on Lee Bammer.
Yeah.
In a different sense.
What?
Okay, well,
right, Ben.
No. I fought Lee Bammer. Ben fought Lee Bammer.
Will fought Lee Bammer.
Yeah.
Will fought Lee Bammer.
Yeah. Fought Willie Bammer.
Lee Bammer.
Lee Bammer. He's good. He's
mad
good.
for
He's a good skin. He's real tough.
He's mad for
real tough.
Fucking quick right hand.
Yeah, real tough.
That like I touched gloves, right? And I took a back step, and that right hand just went.
I was like, we are going to the fence.
Did you see this fight with Charlie?
I fought on that card, so I only went back up to the dressing room when he was fighting.
He has power behind that hand too, because he landed it and he shook him like.
He's really good.
Yeah,
he's a good skin as well.
He's a nice guy. Yeah,
very sound.
Yeah.
Even like I took him down early enough, and that like he went for a knee and I swept the knee. Yeah. And he just like as soon as we hit the fence, he was like moving.
Yeah.
And we got to the fence, and I was holding his like top leg up.
Yeah.
And you know where normally that'll stop a guy basing. Yeah. He was able to like base off his bottom foot and move his hip up. And even I watched it on the video a few times.
How did he do that?
And I'm like, fuck, that takes some dexterity and strength through your hip to be able to do. And he doesn't look that athletic, but he's got a weird power.
Like I took him down and I got his back and I couldn't fucking get a choke.
I was cornering for that fight.
And even like I was there trying to hit. I just got tired trying to hit him like with my fucking left hand.
Probably from all the screaming while you were hitting him.
Which? Oh yeah, I love a good scream.
Come
here, man.
Yeah. There's a great moment where you were screaming and hitting him, and then me and John just kind of looked at each other and smiled. and looked back.
Woo! Okay, this is a bit embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's making it really awkward.
What is that gorilla doing to that poor child?
It's a great one. That was a great one.
Oh, yeah.
So we're nearly in that kind of stage now where we'll just have fights announced and we'll fight, and that'll be it. Like, and then
you'd hope so.
We'll hope so.
Yeah. Optimism is the key.
Yeah. So there we go. We got some nice fights to watch tonight. We're all kind of in a good place. It's good times.
SPG Channel.
What?
Good place.
Oh, we're in a good place.
We're physically in SPG Channel.
Yeah.
And
don't worry.
Shut up, King.
Yeah.
Sure.
I miss Will's room.
Don't fucking agree to that, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah. So, cool, Bulla.
So, yeah. We
cheers for that.
Shall wrap it up.
Good
Get out of here.
Yes. Excellent.
Awesome. Thanks for letting us use your cafe.
You're welcome.
We just been working this head the whole time.
Oh my god, I didn't realize she was back there.
Yeah, we just let Kean just stare on about stupid stuff while she was listening.
Oh, yes, okay,
unknowingly.
Right.
Yeah.
Cheers, lads.
Lovely.
Thanks for listening.
Take it easy.
When the mind got claustrophobic, yeah, things got overloaded. It's a strange